Hello, here's more from the AI revolution. The bot is learning to think and to program. Tomorrow is another meeting. But I'm showing you something else today, which is profiling in Java or JavaX. Because usually, what is profiling? Profiling is seeing where your program spends its time. Because it's not always obvious. Depends on the data, and programs are complex, so you want to know where the program spends its time. And there are tools for this, like Visual VM, but these are external tools, and you have to start this Visual VM first, and then you start your program. You have to pause your program and then connect this to Visual VM, and then run the program. You have to select the process here, and then you get some graphical analysis. But this is all too complicated for me, and it doesn't work on the server because the server has no graphical interface. So what we want is to profile the Java program just in the program. I found a way to do that. There's a function in Java that lists all the threads and their stack traces. In other words, what they're currently doing. And I'm filtering this list to see which threads are actually computing something, and I collect this automatically. And I put it all in one line. Poor man's profiling. It's not poor despite the name. It's really useful. There's some implementation behind it, but you don't have to look at this. You just use it in JavaX with one line. This starts the profiling, and 100 milliseconds is the interval. Every 100 milliseconds it takes a sample of what's currently happening. I think the sampling takes like 3 or 4 milliseconds. It's reasonably fast. So you do some work, and after that you say poor man's profiling stop and save results, and you get a list of all the stack traces with how often they occurred, and you can also see which central function is executed. You will see this in a minute. So let's start it again. Run. It will center itself automatically. Here it is. So now it's doing the work. It's loading these information things, all the stuff that has been taught to the bot, which is now 25, or which the bot has taught itself actually. It's now 25,000 little snippets of information. Loading them, here it is. Loading them takes a little bit, and we're profiling this because I want the bot to load really fast, of course. And the work took 19 seconds. It created this file with the full profile. And here are the innermost functions. So the function that was executing at the time of sampling. String intern is very popular. It's surprisingly slow. Java string interning. I made my own version of it, which is faster, but I'm not using this here. Unquote is also popular because things in a log file are quoted with quotation marks, have to be unquoted. And this shows you where you can optimize things. And also the full view is here in this automatically generated profile text. And here you get the full stack trace. 14 times out of almost 200. The intern method was called in this context. 1 stack trace. And the next one 10 times. Also intern, but in a slightly different environment, other functions around it. And this is perfect. This is what you want for profiling. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't need any tools. No effort anymore. You just turn it on and off. No preparation of the VM of any kind. You just call this function anywhere in the program. Call the stop function later, and you get your profiling results. The programs can profile themselves, actually. So, just another thing. You know, I'm fixing Java. I'm fixing everything in Java that annoyed me. The memory management, everything, the speed, the deployment. As I've showed other times, somewhere else, you can run any program in any server instantly. Here's my fancy new server. It's a virtual server. In Germany, it's called Fastbob because it's a little faster than the old one. And if I want to run the same program here on the server, I just type this ID here. This is short for starting JavaX, and it will download the program. If it hasn't done so automatically, here it just did. It compiles the program, it runs it, it does the job. The server is slower than my desktop. I really need an actual dedicated server. I mean, with the first customer money, we will get dedicated servers. Because on the desktop, this thing ran almost twice as fast as here, I think. I don't know, it's different versions of the program sometimes, but... Oh, it's done. This time it was faster. Interesting. So here is the same result on the command line. And as you see, even on a server with no Windows, you can do the same profiling. So what have you fixed? We have fixed profiling, we have fixed garbage collection. I think I fixed everything in Java. I fixed class loaders. Class loaders are scary and complicated in Java. But in Java X, class loaders are very simple. Every program you run gets one class loader. You can run multiple programs in a VM. Each gets their own class loader, but exchanging objects between two of these domains is also totally simple. Java X is just a Java both for idiots and for professionals. I'm proud of having bridged the gap there. I use this as a pro because it's so much more powerful than Java and so much less effort. And for beginners, it's also really great. I can't stop praising my own software. Yeah, tomorrow there's a new meeting, and I think things will really get going now, because we want to stop programming and start teaching the bot. You can teach it pretty much anything already. You just type in the chat. You don't even need to log in there. Car is faster than by what's it called? Is it true? It doesn't matter. It's going to be stored, and the bot can think about stuff, and it can also ask these funny questions from the Dutch database. Or sounds visible. Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you type something, a car, I think that it has seen this for the first time now. A car, it already has some processes that think about this. They're called speculation processes. It tries to make grammatical variations. The car, my car, your car. This is all automatically generated. Cars, and I always have it generate Chuck Norris's car. Let's ask about Chuck Norris. Who is Chuck Norris? See what the bot comes up with. Yeah, Chuck Norris is a dog. Everything you can think of, it also belongs to Chuck Norris. This is just fun stuff. I mean, some of this is ridiculous, but we can filter it later. So it's just to show that you can, this is an automatic thought engine. You put in any question, anything, any idea, any concept, and it will begin to think about it, relate it to other stuff. Possibly this, possibly that. And the thought process begins. Thanks for listening.